And welcome back to the WHHI Daily News. Heather Rath has joined us for her political report, governmental report on policy and legislation and all of that. So Heather, good to see you.
Good to be here again.
I like your dress.
Thank you. I'm feeling
about that.
Very patriotic. We passed in Congress the Take It Down Act last night. So that was really exciting. Yeah, so this is an initiative from Melania Trump and a number of legislators, Ted Cruz and Amy Klobuchar, so it's a bipartisan bill. And basically it states that if there is any deepfake or AI images that are put up of anybody within 48 hours, it has to be taken down. And the reason why this is super important is because we know that this is kind of the next frontier with what's happening, not only with children, but also with exploiting adults as well. And so this was a really great bipartisan bill. It's really great news out of DC, and I always like to bring good news out of DC, because Lord knows, and there's a lot going on. And what I love about this the most is that there's a deep tie on this to a local legislator in South Carolina, Brandon Guffey. So Brandon Guffey is a friend of mine. He's a state rep out of Rock Hill, and he lost his son to sextortion. He is, yes, you've heard about this. And so he helped champion this bill, including participating in a roundtable at the White House just about a month ago. And then this was also in Trump's address to Congress. So there's just a lot of really great things that have come out of this, and I'm really glad to see the bill.
That's great news. Now, what is the clawback?
Sure. So we're looking at a rescission package. So right now there's a lot of controversy around what Trump is doing through executive order with withholding funds, okay? And so one of the things that he can do, and it looks like he's going to do this week, is he's going to put together about a $9 billion rescission package. And what that means is it goes to Congress, and then it starts a ticking clock of 45 days where they have to agree on the package or not. And then at the end of the 45 days, if they vote on it, then the funds can be clawed back. But if they don't, then they have to be released. This package is going to have, let me see, I think it's about $8 billion in State Department funding in there, and then about $1.5 billion for PBS and NPR. So that's something that we all need to be watching. I know that a lot of people are looking at Trump's executive budget that's coming in May, and they're looking at the committee meetings up in DC with everybody doing markups and that sort of thing. But this package is kind of the first frontier of what he's doing.
Well, we look at it, but we need you to kind of to go through the details. And you do a good job.
Yeah, and again, how does that trickle down to us, right? Like that's what it always amounts to, is how is it affecting us here on the ground? So we'll have more to come with that. As we know, with a lot of things that we're seeing from the president, what is happening one day isn't happening the next. But I think that this is coming.
Okay, good. Now let's move to the state level and teacher pay. So, you know, Amber's my daughter's a teacher, and it looks like there is a possibility that they're going to possibly ask for funding to have the first-year teachers making $60,000.
Yeah, so this is actually a project out of the Beaufort County School District, and you'll have to help me with this. I think that they're asking for about $17 million in order to cover first-year teacher pay and then lift everybody else out. I think we're like second, third, fourth. We were first in terms of teacher pay. So that is very, very important. Also at the State House, what we're working on today, very exciting, is the new private school, the education vouchers. And so this was something that we passed last year, super excited about. It went to the South Carolina Supreme Court. It did not go through because of the funding mechanism. So what we're looking at with this is we're looking at funding it through various sources, including the South Carolina Education Lottery. We're looking at $8,500. We don't know where this is going to land because it's going to be debated on the Senate floor today. $8,500 though per pupil. We're looking at around 300% of family income. So that's about $90,000 for a family of four. It'll probably go a little bit higher. It might meet somewhere in the middle around 400. And then we're looking at 10,000 students in the first year. What I'm super excited about with this bill, though, is that there's all sorts of gradual income level increases, as well as the number of students that can be enrolled in it after year 2 and 3. So that's something I'm really excited about. I know it's controversial, but I'm a big fan of vouchers in charter schools.
All right, well, we'll learn more about that next time you're here.
Or we're out of time.
Right. Unfortunately, we're out of time. And we want to thank you, Heather, for joining us today. And thank you all for joining us for this edition of the WHHI Daily News. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.